518 in the Southland.
I'm trying.
On this day in 1982, the number one hit, the Jay Giles Band. Centerfold, baby.
Nice. You hit it nicely.
So, Cappy, you're going to be partying at Yamava this weekend.
Yeah, this Sunday for the big game, I'm telling you right now, Yamava during the AFC and NFC championship games was going berserk.
Right.
This weekend, it's going to go even more crazy, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Reggie Wayne and Ed Reed, 2 Super Bowl champions, will be there, plus the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, plus I'm giving away $1,000 during the game, all the food, all the beer. It's going to be going cray-cray.
You're going to be there with football royalty who join us now, Reggie Wayne and Ed Reed. Now, guys, listen, I don't know if you guys are able to handle Cappy. Cappy's a wild man out there. He's like the mayor at Yamava. You guys will be the attraction, but he's going to try to steal your shine, so I'm just letting you know ahead of time.
Well, it sounds like Cappy is the person I need to be hanging with. Reggie Wayne loves Cappy. I love him already.
Oh, Reg, you don't even understand, dude. I already booked us a VIP table in the front row. We're going to eat, we're going to drink, we're going to watch the game, we're going to hold court. We are going to have an amazing time this upcoming Sunday, fellas.
I'm so excited about it, man. I mean, if you're in Southern Cal, man, like, this is going to be the biggest viewing party there is. I've already heard stories about it. I am glad to be a part of it. And shoot, you just said it. Cappy is the guy to be around, so sure, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, and listen, we all have something in common here. I'm from Miami. He's from Broward County. You guys obviously played down there, so it's going to be, it'll be like a little bit of a family out there for sure.
Hey, it's a family reunion, a family affair. I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
Let me ask you guys a question. So, Ed, you and Reggie, you guys both got to the University of Miami the same year. Is that right? Is Ed not here? Okay.
We don't hit.
All right,
but listen, I got it. I can take over.
Yeah, take it, Reg.
Right.
Reggie,
This is what roommates do, right? This is what roommates do. You pick up for each other, all right? So yeah, me and in 1997, me and Ed, we both from New Orleans, and we came in at the same time. And being from New Orleans, we kind of already had like a relationship with each other as far as knowing how each other's personality probably is going to be. We actually didn't know each other until we got to school. Now, our schools, right, was in the same 5A conference, okay? But we never played each other in high school because either we would lose in the playoffs the game before or they would. So we never linked up to play each other in high school. But once we got into college, man, it was like, hey, okay, you like listening to music? Perfect. I like listening to music too. Cool. So, like, everything that we did, it was like a clone of each other. So we hit it off from the jump.
That is exactly what I wanted to ask you guys. Both of you guys being from Louisiana, both going to Miami the same year. Did you guys know each other? And you're saying that you didn't know each other in high school, but you must have known of each other. Because, like, when you're the top high school players in L.A. or in Orange County, you know who the other top players are more so today than back in the late 90s. Yeah. You guys had to have known each other's reputation in high school, right?
Absolutely. So there was this thing that we had. It was called Popeye's Chicken and Popeye's Chicken and Biscuits, right? And Popeye's Chicken and Biscuits was on a news, like sports jam type of thing, right? So they would show all the high school, highlights. They would show all the high school highlights throughout the state. And every time I sit back, I have a good game. I run back a punt return. I'll catch a touchdown, maybe play defense a little bit, catch an interception. I'm like, all right, they got to have me on Popeye's Chicken and Biscuits, right? And I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay. I ran back up to show my punt return for a touchdown. Like, good. All right, cool, right? Then all of a sudden, I'm like, I see Ed Reed. I'm like, who is this pigeon-toed dude that go to Desperate that just keeps running back punts when I run back punts? And then all of a sudden, he'll score 2 touchdowns on the interception. I'm like, who is this dude? I kept hearing about Ed Reed. Ed Reed. Who is Ed Reed? And then all of a sudden, it was a playoff game. And I ended up going, me and some of my high school buddies, we went to the playoff game. And then all of a sudden, Ed Reed and some of his buddies come. And when they came, everybody seemed like they parted the sea. Like they moved out of their way. I'm like, who is this dude? Like, why is he like he's the master of Louisiana football? Like, everybody got quiet. Everybody got out of his way. I'm like, who is this cat? And sure enough, it was Ed Reed, who ended up being my roommate. as freshmen at the University of Miami. No, that's my brother. That's my brother, just from a different mother.
Reggie Wayne joining us here, Super Bowl champion, NFL great, future Hall of Famer for sure. Reg, I grew up down there. You guys, your teams brought that school back basically in a big way.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I loved watching you guys as growing up. And then I also loved from afar, because back then I lived out there, loved watching USC and what they did in that Reggie Bush group that brought them back, basically. Very similar to the way you guys brought Miami back. I wish we would have gotten the chance to see those two teams collide, because if you get Southern California versus the South Florida kids and the kids that they were recruiting nationally and the kids you were recruiting nationally, to me, that would have been the best matchup of that era by far.
Man, we would have loved it. See, the beauty about us is, like, we took our lumps early. All right, we all was out there playing as true freshmen, and our first year in '97, we went 5-6. Like, we were struggling, but it was all true freshmen out there. And Reed, Ed would have been playing as a true freshman, but he broke his ankle playing basketball, living his Michael Jordan days, right? So he broke his ankle, so he didn't play. He ended up redshirting, So, but everybody else out there, we was pretty much true freshmen, and we was taking our lumps, but we got better and better each year. And then all of a sudden, my senior year, right, in 2001, okay, we ended up playing in the Sugar Bowl, which I still, was angry at. Now, it's kind of.
You should have been in the national championship game that year, right?
Yeah, we should have been there, right? It was kind of bittersweet because the Sugar Bowl is played in New Orleans, which is where we're from, but I would much rather play in a championship game, which I want to say that year it was in the Orange Bowl, so that would have been like playing at home in our own backyard, But we took our lumps, and luckily for Ed, by him redshirting, the very next year is when they won the championship game. So, like, really, we should have went back to back to back in championship games. That's how it should have been. And we played Florida my senior year, and I want to say we beat Florida by like 20 points. It wasn't even close. Like, we was putting all our backups in. But, man, we was loaded. We had some guys obviously we had a lot of first rounders and all that stuff, and there's always a debate, about, the 2000, championship team, 2001 championship team was the best team of all time. I would debate that because I want to say the year before it probably was better. Like, I had Santana Moss on the other side of me, a baby Andre Johnson who barely even played, So it was like we were loaded, So to see those two teams collide, it would have been epic. It would have been a movie.
Well, and first of all, you get LA and Miami, right? Like, you get those two cities, those two schools. It just, honestly, I always said, like, during the NIL era, which I feel like both schools can take advantage of because they're in big cities, I feel like all those SEC schools better watch out that those two schools don't get it right. Because if they get it right, I think they can dominate again.
Oh, man. You know what? I mean, getting all these recruits, you just need, especially the state of Florida, which I'm sure it's the same in California because they got a lot of big-time schools in Florida. In California. But, like, Florida is always about whoever is winning. That's how they're going to get all the guys. So once Miami starts to win and win consistent, there's going to be some problems. There's going to be trouble.
So, hey, this Sunday, Reggie Wayne, a Super Bowl champion himself, and Ed Reed, another Super Bowl champion, two guys who were roommates in college, are going to be with us out at Yamavan. We're going to have a great time. So everybody make sure you make your plans and definitely make reservations. So, Reggie, as far as the Super Bowl, you say next year is in New Orleans. This year is in Vegas. It's almost hard to believe that the Super Bowl is in Las Vegas because growing up our whole lives, it was like no Las Vegas, no gambling. It's pretty amazing that the Super Bowl finds its way into Vegas this year. What do you think about that?
I think it's outstanding. Right, one thing you can't do, you're not going to keep the money away from the NFL for long. Right, they're going to find a way. They're going to find a way to get it done. But I mean, like when you hear Vegas, you just think of good time, right? And just think about having a Super Bowl there. The Strip is going to be lit up as always, right? It's going to be a phenomenal time. I think that Allegiant, Stadium is an awesome, stadium. It's one of the newest ones in the last few years, So it's going to be a good time. It might be a little pricey, but it's going to be a good time. I'm excited for it. And shoot, you always have a good time in Vegas, right?
Oh, no doubt. Now, Reggie, you played in a couple of these games. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious to see the first time when you were there, because there's going to be a lot of these first-time guys there, right? Like, When did you realize, oh, this is a different game than even the playoff games we were playing in previously? Like, was there a hit? Was there a way a guy was talking to you? Was it a guy not talking to you? What was different about it that you knew, oh, this stage is much different than even the AFC title game?
Well, for us, it was always like we try to, our motto all for the 2 weeks we were preparing, it was like, all right, just another game, right? Just another primetime game. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Everything will be okay. So that's kind of how we took it, right? Now, granted, we had curfew and all that stuff. So, and both Super Bowls I played in was in Miami, right? I won one and I lost one, right? So both of them was in Miami. So I was familiar with the city. I was almost like a tour guide. I was a tour guide for everybody. I'm just making sure we get back on time so we don't mess up curfew. But it was a normal game for us until kickoff. When they kicked the ball, well, actually, we kicked the ball off, okay? And you seen all the cameras flashing from the stands. You just seen nothing but lights flickering, right? And it was like, holy crap. Like, this is more than just a regular game. You know what I mean? And mind you, we played the Chicago Bears, right? At Super Bowl 41, we played Chicago Bears. We kicked off to Devin Hester.
Your former teammate.
Right. Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
And he ran it back. He ran it all the way back. And the funny thing about that, guys, it was for 2 weeks we said, you know what? We're not going to kick it to Hester. We're not going to kick it to Hester. We're going to make their offense, play offense, and travel the home field. We're going to pooch it, right? And we're going to make Rex Grossman beat us, all right? But the day before the game, the night before the game, right, we had a team meeting. And our head coach at the time was Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy says, you know what, guys, right, I had a dream, right? He hit us with the Martin Luther King. I have a dream, right? Okay, what's your dream, right? And my dream, we kicked it off to Hester. Everybody looked at each other like, man, that was a nightmare. That ain't no dream. Like, we had a nightmare. Like, you know what I mean? So it was like, no, we kicked it off to Hester. Our kickoff team, we covered. We tackled them inside the 20-yard line, and we realized that we can do this, and we did it for the majority of the game. So we was like, oh, okay, Tony Dungy, a big-time Christian man, he had a good dream, and okay, whatever you say, Coach, that's what we're going to do. So we fired up our kickoff team for the next 24 hours. Man, y'all got this. Y'all can do it, right? And we kicked it off. And Hester ran it back, and everybody's looking at Coach Dungy, like, man, what happened to your dream? Right? like, what dream? And this is how I knew we was gonna be all right. Super Bowl game, the biggest, sports game, right, in the country, right? And he looked back at everybody and says, who told y'all to kick it to Hester? So everybody just kind of busts out laughing on the sideline during the Super Bowl. And that's when I said, you know what? We're going to be all right because Coach Dungy is loose.
Yeah.
He is playing loose. He's not stressing. He's not putting any pressure on anybody. And from that point on, like, we took control of that game. Now, it was a wet game. It was raining.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was raining. And, I ended up actually scoring the first touchdown for us. Right, so that's a trivia question for you guys, right?
There you go.
Who scored the Indianapolis Colts' first touchdown in the Super Bowl? It was me,
our
right?
guy Reggie Wayne.
Super
That's
Bowl
who.
41. That's
There
right.
you go.
Yeah.
So we took control of that game. The rain kind of. I think if it wasn't raining, we would have beat them by at least 25 points.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That definitely neutralized them. Although it was cool, and you were in the locker room probably by then. It was cool when Prince was performing in the rain, though, at halftime.
Oh, but we can hear it. We can hear it. We sit in there because the Super Bowl halftime is almost like double of a regular game's halftime. So we're sitting up there. We're trying to dry off. We're putting on new jerseys and stuff. Dry gear, so we can get out of that wet stuff. And we can hear Prince. Right, we can hear him going off, and we actually can hear like the flames go off. Because it was raining when he performed.
Right,
like,
the pyrotechnics. Yeah.
Yeah, like the flames was going off, and then we hear him playing Purple Rain, and it was raining. I'm like, man, did he? Maybe he had a dream too. I don't know. It was like epic. You know what I mean? So it was like we can hear Prince going on. Right, we had the lead at that time. Now we're just trying to figure out, let's not screw this up. Let's keep playing our game. We're gonna be all right, and then we can live the rest of rest our off season like the Beatles. We can just live it up and have a great time. And thankfully, man, our defense played well, caused some turnovers. We had a pick six by Calvin Hayden, and that pretty much sealed the game for us.
All right, so here's the deal. Sunday, Reggie Wayne, Ed Reed will both be there at Yamava, the 909, the greatest sports bar on the planet.
With you, Cappy.
With me, right? So we got 2 Super Bowl champions that are going to be there. It's going to be amazing. Now, Reg, before you go, I have a dream.
Uh-oh.
And it's just like the Peyton Manning commercial. You know the commercial where Peyton Manning orders Bud Lights and he buys a round for the entire bar? My dream is
throwing around to everybody.
Yeah. So I'm going to get a couple of Bud Light cans because it's going to be you, me, Ed Reed, the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, the Bud Light girls. I'm going to get some cans of Bud Light, and you go deep. What do you think?
Ooh, I love it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I got to make sure. I gotta make sure I stretch my hammies.
Let me just tell you. Let me just tell you, Reg. Cappy played college football like you, but he played at Pitt. But he wasn't a quarterback; he was a kicker. Okay,
right,
I'm just letting you know.
Right. So I don't really throw the ball that well, but it's a can
of beer. He can kick it to you. Yeah. He can kick it to you for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just whatever you do, just throw that ball like. Just make sure it's a spiral. Don't throw me no duck.
Well, Reg, thank you for joining us, man. Appreciate you taking the time.
Excited.
Have fun. Keep Cappy in line for me because I won't be able to be there, but keep him in line for me, okay?
I guarantee you, I'll take care of it. And make sure you guys is out there listening. You don't want to miss this. If you can make it, make sure you get there, and we're gonna party like it's 1999.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, Reggie Wayne, thank you so much, man.
Oh man, I am so psyched about this because I got a hotel room on Saturday night at Yamava and on Sunday night. So
who negotiated that for you?
You did, and you did a great job. Now maybe me and Reg take it to the next level on Sunday night.
How great was Reggie?
He was awesome.
Does he want to do afternoon drive in L.A.? Sedano and the Colt.
Sedano and Reg.
Sedano and number 87.
Man, that was great.
Yeah, he was great.
He got a big old personality. Love
he
that.
Does. He was great.
Well, he was always that way.
Yeah.
I mean, as a player, even as a kid, I remember covering his teams back then.
But I'm going to do that Peyton Manning thing where Peyton grabs the Bud Lights at the bar and starts whipping them around the bar. That's going to be me.
That'd be
Reggie.
fun, Cappy.
Yeah.
At Yamava.
Yeah.
It would be a big event at the 909.
I'm sure they
this
love
weekend.
if you just started throwing beers across the room.
No, they love it. They're going to think it's awesome.
So Reggie, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Reggie's going to catch him.
Ed Reed's going to cover Reggie.
Oh,
he might pick
interception.
Pick the Bud Light can.
Yeah. Pick six, go the other way.
What do you think about that?
I like it. Any sort of bit we do is great.
Yeah.
You should come out on Sunday.
I'm not going to.
You should come out. I may need you Sunday.
No.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah,
Don't you have Rachel?
Yeah, Rachel's coming.
You're fine.
I'd come over there, but if it was any other day.
But it's
Steak Sunday, Steak Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, really?
I got a lot of ribeyes to cook.
I got Engelbert Humperdinck on Saturday night.
Yeah.
You
do? A lot
Yeah.
of ribeyes.
Where at?
Beverly Hills at the Sabian Theater or the Saban, some one of those.
I heard you say it
Saban.
earlier. You would be like the Al Jarreau of We Are the World because Al Jarreau.
No,
got
don't.
I haven't seen it yet.
Don't do that.
What? I'm not spoiling it
I'm
for
gonna
anybody.
watch it. I'm going to watch it
Just
tonight.
wait.
You are?
Yeah.
All right, watch it tonight.
Yeah.
Watch it tonight.
Kind of like how you've been trying to watch True Detective for
I'm
like
waiting.
3 weeks.
No, but I'm
4
waiting.
weeks.
I'm waiting till I can binge it.
It's 4 weeks in already.
Right, but then I'm going to watch all 4 weeks. Then I'm going to have to wait a week. I don't want to do that.
What? Then you're going to just wait till 10 weeks when it's over?
How many weeks are there?
10.
Okay, then I'm going to get to about 7.
Oh, for the love. Anyway.
You're
You know
a bad
what?
guy.
Am I?
You're a bad guy.
Really?
I kind of missed you the last week or so, and now I'm just tired that you came back.
Really?
You know who I was happy to see? Jacob when he was here today.
Oh, I was
that
happy
was
to see
lovely.
Trudell the other
Wonderful.
day.
Yeah. Jacob.
You're a bad guy. You know
Jacob
that?
is not. Jacob is going to help you from the bad guys who crash into you, okay? If you're in the backseat of a Uber or Lyft, you get into an accident, it's a completely different deal, man, okay? Your driver's covered by Uber or Lyft, so you're not only are you dealing with the other person's insurance, you need to speak with the rideshare company's insurance as well. So you don't want to deal with this on your own. You need an expert. You need my guy Jacob, so call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB or online. Visit him online at calljacob.com. He's the expert when it comes to handling Uber and Lyft cases, okay? Years ago, Jacob and his team took all these cases before anybody else did, all right? Now all these other guys are trying to fly by night, trying to take these things. But Jacob understands the nuances involved in these particular accidents. So if you're injured in any type of rideshare accident, one name to remember, Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. That's not 3 names. That's one name 3 damn times, okay? And really loud. Jacob. So call him, guys. 844-24-JACOB. A lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. You call Jacob, he'll win for you. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Or visit him online at calljacob.com.